Good morning, everybody. Let me open my iPad and check that everything's working good before we get started. Haven't been in my iPad yet this morning, so I've got to go through my password and all that stuff. So give me a moment. It says I'm live. Let's check our sound. My password and all that stuff. All right, we're good to go. Let me get that out of our way. Okay, like I said, good morning. It is Monday, December 2nd, 2024, and my name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, and that's in the United States. So I'm just going to go through our housekeeping notes before we start anything. So let me turn my camera back down to my table, and we'll get going with it. So, like I said, I'm creating cards with Debbie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, like I already said. So, if you want to shop my store, let me put that scrolling across the bottom. I didn't do that yet. And right there it is. You can go to www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net, and the December code to use if your order is under $150 or less is December is F like Frank 9SBPFK7, and that's scrolling across the bottom if you missed that. Okay, so if you need to reach me, you can reach me by my email. It's creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com, or you can private message me on Facebook, either one. So if you need to get with me and get some answers to any questions that you might have. All right, so let me move this aside and we'll get on with our program. Like I said in the description, we're going to be using the Happy Hibiscus bundle. And this is a large bundle. It comes with the stamp set, the dies, and also the hybrid embossing folder. I don't know if you can see the flowers there. Really pretty. We're going to be using all three of these today, plus a couple extra stamp sets. Well, one anyway. We're going to be using the wildflower designs for the thank you sentiment. I think that's the only one I'm using out of that. So put these aside and I'll bring the cards out here to show you. I ran out of time getting ready for my class for today. I usually do 3 cards, but today I'm only going to have time to do 2. So I didn't have my homework done ahead of time, so to say. All right, let me bring my comments up here. Be sure you say hello when you come on. And comment. I like to see comments from people, even if it's just to say hello or where you're from or anything. All right. Oh, I didn't go through all my housekeeping notes. I'm jumping the gun here. So let me bring that back. I must be out of sorts today. So December's paper pumpkin, you can still sign up for. You have until December 10th to sign up for this one, and it's called Notes from the Heart. And what is included in there, it makes 9 projects, 3 each of 3 designs, pre-cut vellum pieces, and sparkling gems. You can see the gems right here. Pull that down a little bit. And scallop card bases and coordinating envelopes. And the Stampin' Spot that you're going to get with this kit is going to be the Blackberry Bliss. So along with that, you can also add on the dies that coordinate with the these past 3 months. It runs in through December. So you have the Merry Word die, and you've got the tag, and then you've got the little fern die. So you have until, I guess, until December 10th, I'm thinking, just sign up for those 2. But sometimes they do linger over longer. So, but the add-on item number would be 165639, And the price for those 3 dies is only $12. So that's a bargain. And starting tomorrow, Stampin' Up! Has got a new special release. It's for designer series paper. It's got 3 beautiful papers in fresh colors. And we've had these papers in the past, but they're a different color. They're going to be improving them or changing them up. So we're going to have it's called the Refresh Beauty 12 by 12, the Serene Love 12 by 12, and then the 6 by 6 Shades and Hues designer series paper. And you'll be able to shop for those starting tomorrow. So tomorrow's December 3rd already. I guess that's all I need to tell you about that. And then also the last chance on the product starts tomorrow also. That'll be some of the retired items will be in there too, or retiring items, I should say. So you might want to check that out tomorrow too. So December 3rd, those all go in effect. All right, now I've got the housekeeping notes done. But again, I want to remind you that you can get your starter kit, and that will give you a discount after your starter kit arrives. You can, all your following orders, you'll get at least a 20% discount on your products. So you can get your starter kit at www.stampinup.com/join ? Demo ID equals 2208093. And like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, just private message me or email me. And all of that is in the description of this video too, so you can just go to that and click on it. So let me hide that again. Whoops, I hid the wrong one. This one. Okay, and I'm going to take off the ticker off of there too, so it gives me more room on my screen that you'll be able to watch me. All right, so here's our first card using the Happy Hibiscus stamp set and bundle. It says it's a thank you card, so thank you. And then on the inside, I've got thanks for being so kind. And then I'm using the designer series paper on the inside also, so kind of coordinates with this. So let's go ahead and get started with those. And let me switch over to my comments again. All right, our card base is going to be our Summer Splash cardstock. And this is just our basic size. It's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then it's scored at 4 1/4 inches. And we're going to burnish that edge of our card base. Try not to make too much noise on this glass top. And let me get all my pieces out here and show you first. This is our inside, and that is 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches. That'll be our inside layer, along with our basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So this will go down here, but we're going to use this side of it. And then I've got our strip that goes across our card. It's going to measure 3 inches by 5 1/2 inches, I believe. Yeah, 5 1/2 inches. And that'll go across our card. And I'm going to do some stamping before I show any more measurements. I don't want to confuse you. So we're going to be stamping using Summer Splash. And I'm going to put some hashtag marks all around our card base. Maybe that's a glare there. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me get some scrap paper here so I don't mess up my surface. I'll just use the same paper I used last week, if you don't mind. It's still good. My stash of scrap paper out of the way. And that side's a little dirty. We'll use this side. All right, so this is the front of your card. We're going to stamp a bunch of hashtag images. And I'm going to stamp off first. I don't want it full strength. I want it to be a little softer. And we're just going to stamp all around. I tapped that one twice, but that's okay. And there. I'm alternating my image so it's not all the same. Stop right there. You still in the camera? Yes. Just checking myself here. Oops. Gotta have the fingers in the ink pad. I didn't mute my notifications. I apologize for that. This just kind of dresses up your card base without taking over too much. It's just a real faint image. You could go full strength if you wanted to, but I didn't want it quite that dark, so that's why I'm stamping off first. Ink up, stamp off. Ink up, stamp off. And I think I'm going to fill in some bare spots here. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. We're not going to close it up yet. We're going to just set it aside. So you can see they're kind of faint, but it kind of tones down our cardstock a little bit. So we're done with the hashtag. Okay. So for our focal point here, we're going to attach our designer series paper to the middle of our card there. It still seems like I got a lot of glare. Could be the time of the day or something, what it is. We've actually got sunshine here in Arkansas, so that's probably what's going on. We're not used to it. It's been kind of dreary the last few days. All right, pick that up without putting my fingers in the glue, which I just did. And I'm going to decide which way is up or down. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to stick that across the center of our card front. And let me see if that's even. Looks all right. Okay, so here's our card front so far. And then we have our basic weight, which measures 3.5 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And then we've got another Summer Splash cardstock, which measures I'm looking at my notes. It's 3 3/8 inches by 4 5/8 inches. And I've already embossed this with that embossing folder. And we're just going to attach that to this white layer. And when you've got an embossed layer, you want to make sure you get your adhesive up against the edges so it doesn't lift on you. And I always add a little bit to the center too. And then we're going to put that on that white layer, leaving a small border going around it. All right, then that's going to go onto our card front like this. But you want to figure out which direction you want your flowers to go. And I think that's about right there. Our card over here. We're going to place that down in the center, keeping an even border on the bottom and the top. and on the sides. I gotta lift this up and see if it's straight. There we are. So there's our card front so far. Pretty, isn't it? I love that embossing folder. All right, and then I've got a scrap of basic weight. We're going to do some stamping and some die cutting. So let's bring our stamp over here. And these are 3 flowers that are connected. That's going to be our flowers on this. So I'm going to use my basic black. This is my memento black, which I put into my craft pad. And just ink that up and stamp them. All right. And that aside, we're going to use that on our next card again. All right, and I'm going to take the individual flowers and I'm going to stamp those using our Summer Splash. I don't know why I want to keep calling it Shy Shamrock. I guess because they're pretty close to the same color, I guess. So we've got 3 of our images, flower images. And then we're going to take our stamp pad. Of course, we got to put our fingers in. Let me move this out of the way so I don't mess it up. Getting a frog. So I'm going to see if I want to go full strength with my image or if I want to stamp it off. Let me. I don't know. I think I'm going to go full strength. And match up our flower with this image to do the background. We don't have to, well, you could use your Stampin' blends if you wanted to color it instead, but that looks so good. And do the second flower. All right. Which way do we go? So one thing about the photopolymer stamps, you can see through it to know where you're stamping at exactly. Makes it look more professional. All right, and then our third flower right there. All right, I'm going to cut out our flowers first before I do the leaves. So let me close these up. And I'm going to take my embossing folder, and I need the dies out of here to cut the flowers out. So here's the dies that come with it. I love this banner here too. We're going to use that on the second card. So you've got a round and then the oblong, so 2 different sizes. So let's take our flower die and we're going to die cut and emboss at the same time. So you want to take the side that has the Stampin' Up logo on it, and we're going to place our die over our flowers. Let me see where they are here. Okay. And it kind of snaps in there. It's not going to move anyway. Now, hopefully it doesn't move. And I'm going to position this. Well, I've got to hold it up first and move my paper around, and my die moved on me. No, it didn't. It was the paper moved on me. All righty. I guess I got to hold that in place. I wonder if I could use washi tape in there to make it stay still. Somebody let me know if it works. I'm not sure. We got the big flower back over here. I might have to trim my paper down a little bit so it'll fit in there. Yeah, I'm gonna trim my paper down a bit. That was a straight cut. I'm gonna try washi tape in there. I wonder if it'll make a difference to keep it from moving on me. Don't know until we try it. It might work. Oops, see, it's already moving on me. So this is maybe why I'm only going to do 2 cards today. All right, why are you not sitting in there right? I guess we need to learn the tricks of this. That is the right side. But there we go. So I'm going to see if this works. Yeah, I've got that sitting still, so maybe that's the key to it. Use some washi tape to hold it in place. Close that. It's a little bit off, but we're going to run with it. All right, and I'm going to be using my big embossing machine. So I'm going to use the plate number 1. Push down your embossing folder and make sure that you've got the seam going in first, or you could break your folders. And then we're going to put the number 4 gray plate down. And I'm not going to bring the machine over here. I've got it sitting right next to me. I'm just going to run it through there. Big boss is kind of big to be putting on the screen there. So, okay, so let's look at the magic. It's going to cut and emboss at the same time. So here we have, then we've got this we could use for something else. If you put another paper over that, you could use as background on something also. So, well, my dies are going to stay on there. But we're going to be using those again, so I might as well take them out of there. Now, washi tape did the trick. So that's a little tip, I guess, for using this. And remember, you always put the dies onto the side that has the emblem. So there we have that. And we'll move that out of the way and get our flowers here. Bring our card back over here. All right, I'm going to start out. I'm going to just lay this one down flush, but let's go ahead and do our leaves while we're at it. Then I'll have all the die cutting done. So it's going to go something like this. But let's stamp our leaves and do some more die cutting. I'm just seeing if I have enough scrap paper here, if everything's going to fit. You got 2 different size leaves. You got the bigger one and then a smaller one. And they're a 2-step stamping process. So we're going to take our leaves, and I'm going to use the full strength on the Summer Splash to do the outline of the leaves. So I'm going to figure out which are the backgrounds and which are the detailed. The detailed is here, and detailed, we've got it down. So I'm going to ink that up full strength with our Summer Splash. And I want 2 of each. And let's do the bigger one. Will that fit on there? Yeah, it might. Trying to use up my scraps here. All right, one more. Okay, so there's our 4 leaves, 2 of each. I'm going to bring my paper over here so I can stamp off. And bring these back over here. And I guess I'll do the large one first. We're going to ink it up, stamp it off, and then bring it over onto our image. And it'll be a lighter summer splash. You see that? Yeah. Okay, let's do the other big one, as long as we got the larger image already inked up. Oh, I went off on that one a little bit. That's okay. And then the small one. Stamp off. Okay, so there we've got that done. Get these out of my way until I need them again. There. Right, now we're going to bring our small die cutting machine over here, and we're going to die cut these. Move my scrap paper out of the way. Bring my plates over here. Lower our plates there. And okay, I need the dies. Got the large die and the smaller one. Yeah. Go ahead and start with the strip first, and I'm going to need that washi tape again. And we were down in the 20s this morning again. We've been getting a few days like that. I guess that means that our summer has ended. Yeah, I still haven't gotten all my winter clothes out yet, so I need to finish that up sometime this week. All right, and our top plate, and we'll run those through first time, and we'll do it again. There's one. Here's the other one. Let me tear that apart and put these both down again and run it through again. So washi tape stuck to me here. Okay, get that centered on there. And that little one. Says I have a missed call. I don't know who that was. Didn't see the number. I get a lot of spam calls all the time, so I don't answer my phone unless I recognize the number. So if anybody's wanting to reach me, they need to leave a voicemail, and then I'll call them back. All right. I'll keep this close by. I'm going to use it again for our next card. All right, so here's our little. And our other larger one. And I'm just going to put my dies up there. I'm going to be using them again too. All right, let's finish assembling our card. Okay, on mine, I stamped off on the ink pad when I was stamping the flowers, but I left these full strength. But I kind of like the full strength ones too. So either way, it works. All right, grab our glue, some Stampin' Dimensionals, and start attaching things. So I'm going to start with this smaller flower first. And I don't know if you can see the embossing on these flowers. They embossed and die cut at the same time. So it's showing, I guess it's showing a little bit of a lift there. The camera doesn't do it justice. And figure out where I want to position this, probably right about there. And these other two I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. Let me get those. And we just need one in the little flower and maybe 3 or 4 in the larger one. Yeah, maybe the 3 will work good. And we're going to take the pick tool over here, pop those off. And I'm going to start with the larger flower first. And make sure you're going the right direction. It's got these little, well, that's it, stamens, I guess they're called, in the center of the flower. You want those pointing up, not down. And I'm going to put it right about there, I think. Looks good. And the other one's going to go up above the big flower. And I'm going to have that tucked under just a little bit. There, you can see how I did that. And then we're going to do the leaves, and those aren't popped up at all. They're lying flat. And I'm going to do a large and a small on each side of the flowers instead of having big, big and small, small. And we'll tuck that just up underneath there a little bit. And grab our little leaf, place that beside it. Oh, and I think this is an online exclusive. You'll find it there. Let me look at my notes here. Yep, online exclusive. And the bundle number is 164880 if you're wanting to know that. So just go into my store, click on the online exclusives, and it'll take you to everything that's in there. Lots of good stuff in there. Stampin' Up started putting online exclusives instead of putting everything in the catalogs because there's just not enough room. And then also, that way it gives us more choices all through the year. They add new ones. Is it every month or every 3 months? I'm not sure how often they do it. We've got quite a few in there. Lots of good stuff. And I'm kind of laying it over the side of the larger leaf. So I don't know if you can see that. See, you can see it's up on the edge of that leaf there. All right, and next we're going to do our sentiment. We're going to stamp that with our black memento ink. And it's going to say thank you. We always need thank you notes, and especially this time of the year with Christmas and everything, you want to get your thank you notes out to everybody. So like I said, that came from the Wildflower Designs stamp set. Thank you. And that number is 163325 if you want that stamp set. It's got a lot of good sentiments in it. All right, we're going to take our black ink, our scrap of paper, basic white, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. And it don't matter if you get it straight because we're going to fussy cut that out. Falling off my chair again. As long as I don't hit the floor, we're doing okay. And I'm going to cut that down a bit. I'm going to just go around our words, our letters. I like to leave a little white border around the words, so I'm just following the shape of the letters that are stamped. Let me cut that off. And it don't have to be perfect. We are homemade, we're not perfect. Okay, so it'll look something like this. And I'm just gluing that straight down. I'm not popping that up. So let's add our glue to that. And we're going to place that down in the bottom right-hand corner. And I think that's straight. Yep. And then I made a bow using our pool party. What's it called? Pool party pom-pom ribbon. So it really does go with the summer splash really good. All right, we're going to use our mini glue dots to attach that. So I'm going to press that down on my roll here. And then I'm going to come back in with my take your pick tool and lift that off. Did I get the dot? Or did I leave the dot? I don't even see it on there. I think I left it. Nope, it's on there. It was hiding. And I'm just going to place that right underneath my larger flower. And this ribbon is so cute. I love this. The number on this is 164129. So very pretty. All right. I was going to trim that tail, but maybe I should. It is a little bit long on that one side. So I'm going to get my ribbon scissors and we're going to just snip off just a little bit. Not a lot. I'm cutting it at an angle. So there we have that. And now we need our rhinestones. Did I put them in my other? Yeah. I think I'm using rhinestones on both cards today, so let me grab that out of the package. I just started a new sheet of the basic rhinestones yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I opened it. All right, we're going to use the putty end of our take your pick tool. And I'm going to use a large one for the larger flower in the center. And then 2 small ones for the other. Well, yeah, I'm going to squeeze that one in there. I've got this one underneath there, but I'm still going to add a rhinestone there. I should have put it up farther. So here's our outside of our card. And I'm also going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella, just because it kind of sparkles up the flower leaves. Or not the leaves, but the petals. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the shine on there or not. I didn't do the leaves, I just did the flowers. So I guess it is showing a little sparkle. All right, now let's take our inside layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to stamp our sentiment first. And in case I mess it up, I can change out my paper. So I had to look, see what I used in there. Did I put that? Yeah, I did put it out. I thought maybe I forgot to mount it on a block, but I did it. And I'm going to use just our black memento ink. And I'm going to stamp it off to the upper right-hand corner. So that looks pretty straight to me. I guess that's good. And I got something on there. Not sure what that is. Let me get my adhesive remover. I don't know. Maybe I've got ink on my fingers somewhere. Huh. Bring out my ink eraser and see if I can get those off or not. It's real faint, so it's no big deal. I could just leave it. It must be ink. I don't see any on my fingers that are black. No, I don't like that. We're going to turn that over and use the back side. Let's stamp that again. That's why we have two sides to our cardstock. In case one side has missed it, we can turn it over and do it again. If I can get that straight again. All right. I'm not sure where that ink was. Maybe it was on my table surface here. I don't know. I do have a little smudge on my thumb, so I bet that's where it came from. All right, put those aside. And then we're going to grab our glue again, and we're going to attach this designer series paper to the card. And like I said, this was 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to put that almost to the bottom. I'm just going to leave a small border across the bottom. And are we straight? All right, and then we're going to turn that over and snip off that excess. That side's good. Put our glue on it, and we'll put it inside of our card, and this card will be finished. And I'm probably going to get done early today. I'd say I'd do a card on the fly, but I'm not sure about doing that. It could end up being longer than I want it to be if I can't find my supplies right away. So I think I'll just stick to the two cards today. All right, so here's the inside. Thanks for being so kind. And thank you is on the outside of our card. So there's our first card. Thank you. Thanks for being so kind. All right, we'll set that aside and clean up just a little bit here. We'll bring my Simply Chamois here. And we'll clean these stamps because I've got to use them again on our second card. Some of them, not all of them. Some. This one I'll be using. Ooh, I got carried away with the black ink on here. It might be where I've got the ink from and transferred it to that last layer of white. Okay, got that clean. And I'll also leave these out. I'm going to be using them. I love my Simply Family to clean my stamps with. So easy to do. You just rinse it out and keep it a little wet. I don't wring out all the water. I leave just a tiny bit in there and keep it in my stamp case, and it's good like that for quite a few days. And I use mine every day. So I'm thinking I got one more here. Okay. All right. So our next card is using that same bundle. Okay. Stamps I got in the way over here. We're going to be using them, so I might as well leave them there. So here's our second card. We're going to go with our lemon lolly color. And here's my scrap of paper I'm going to be using. And I've done a lot of the prep work on this one, so I'm hoping it should be a short video today. All right, so our card base is going to be our lemon lolly, and that measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. But let me tell you about the card first. It says, "You make me smile," and that's one of the sentiments that are in that stamp set. And the embossed layer again. And then on the inside, I've got "Sending happy thoughts," and I stamped off with the flower, and I stamped it over the sentiment. And I did a little bit different. I put our sentiment at the bottom instead of at the top or in the middle or wherever. Just a little bit of a change up a little bit. So, like I said, 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. Scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. And we're going to burnish that with our bone folder. Let's set that aside. The dimensionals out of the way, but I don't need them right now. And then I've got our basic weight that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. No, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I was right. Just didn't sound right to me. Well, my instructions were there. Here they are. It might help if I look at the instructions, know what I'm talking about. All right. So I've embossed that already using our embossing folder. And it's very pretty. That's going to go on the front of our cards. We're going to attach that and be done with that. Grab my glue here. It must be a busy Monday for everybody. I'm not seeing everyone this morning. But you can watch the replay, and you can like and share that one also, and comment. I do get your comments. YouTube sends them to me, and then I see them on Facebook if you're on Facebook watching. So be sure you comment, say hello. I'd love to see who watches my videos. All right. And this is going to go like this onto our card front. And keeping a border going all around it. I think that's straight. With me, it's hard telling. All right, so there we have it so far. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to start stamping and working on our flowers. So I've got my little scrap here. I'm going to stamp our 3 image of our flowers, but I'm going to use crushed curry to stamp that with for the outline instead of the black. So I'm using crushed curry for the outline, and then I'm going to use lemon lolly for the centers. Here on there. Or fuzz. Let me clean off my ink pad here. A moment. Take my Scotch tape and pick that off of there. Not sure if that was a dog hair or my hair or whose hair. Some kind of hair. All right, let's ink that up with the crushed curry. And thinking I can fit it here. Maybe. I think. Let me see what that looks like. I might have got it too close to the edge. Yeah, I think that works. All right, and then we're going to close that up, and we're going to bring back our lemon lolly ink pad. And find the coordinating stamp images that go with our flowers. And I'm not going to stamp off the lemon lolly because it's a light color already. So you want to be able to see the color in there. All right. And line it up with our stamped image outline. And let that marinate in there just a moment. See, that looks pretty. Grab our next one. And let me see. I think this goes over here. Puff on our ink to make sure it's good yet. Doesn't dry out. So there it is. Looking good, looking good. Where's my other flower? There it is. I think we're going to have lots of fun with this stamp set bundle. Okay, close that one up. And we're going to come back in and do our leaves. And I'm going to stamp my leaves using, well, did I use the black on those? Did I use a different color? I think I used Summer Splash. I think that's what I used on there. Okay. It hasn't been that long ago since I did this. I should remember. All right, we're going to get our outline stamps. Not sure I like that. I might go with the black. Or I've got a garden green. Maybe I'll use the garden green. Maybe do a little test run here. Yeah, I think I like the green. Let me clean that off again. All right. Change that to garden green. Okay, so I need 2 of those. And I need another little one. My husband just came in and told me he's going to go do an errand. So that's fine. Get out of my hair. Yeah, when you're retired, it's 24/7 together. So we do need some breaks in between. I'm sure everyone knows how that is. All right, now we're going to stamp the center of our leaves. We're using our Summer Splash, and the outside was our garden green. A little bit of a contrast there. And this one and this one. I might stamp this one and see how I like that. No, I like the green better. The green outline. Okay, put those aside. And I'm going to bring my small machine over here. I'm going to die cut these out. And I don't know if that'll fit through there. Yeah, it'll fit. Let me cut this down to size. I almost used my ribbon scissors to cut my paper. Would have been a mistake. Try not to use them on anything but ribbon. And a little more there. All right. Should have turned our heat down. Getting a little warm. Okay. Let's cut the flowers first. And I don't think I can fit all this on at the same time. So I'm going to grab that same die. And I'm going to place that down. And I'm going to use my washi tape to hold it in place. Doesn't move on me. I don't want to start over. You don't want me to start over. Okay, place that washi tape on there to hold it in place. Run that through. Shaking the camera. Shaking the table a little bit. I don't know if it's messing up the camera or not. Okay, so it cuts all 3 flowers out. And I didn't emboss these, so they're just plain. They're not embossed. I think I just almost ripped that leaf. It's still good yet. I'm going to grab our leaf dies. Let's turn it the right direction. It'll work better. Got some noisy trucks going by today. And small one. Oops, it moved a little bit. Let me straighten that out. Well, we got fumble fingers here. Top plate on there and run that through. We'll cut out 2, and then we'll come back and cut out the other 2. All right. And this one. Well, then I pushed it out of the way there. Stay there. And then this one. Okay. Last one. All right. Side over here. Jojo, you be a good girl. All right. Get those leaves out of there. Put our dies over there in our metal dish. And bring that card base back over here. And we're going to do a little bit of a dry run here to see where I want to place my flowers. And this one's going to be popped up. This one's going to lay flat. And I didn't use the small one on this one. I'm going to leave it out, I think. I'm going to add some die cut flowers instead. And that'll go there. I'm going to put the 2 same size on each flower. I'm going to put the large on the large flower and the small leaves on the smaller flower. So I'm just doing a dry fit right now to see where I want them to be. And we're going to move that out of the side, and we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I'm thinking, I didn't get that die out. Let me grab that. I'm going to use this label die to cut out our sentiment. Let me see if my scrap paper is big enough. And I think it is. Maybe not. Let me get a decent size scrap. Is this one bigger? Yeah, that one's better. So let me run this through my cutting machine. I'm just going to stand up to do that. So, hope everybody's good today. It looks like everyone might be a little busy today. They weren't able to join us. That's okay. I understand. Okay, so here we got our die cut label using this die that's included with that bundle. All right, and then we're going to use a sentiment that says, "You make me smile." So this one, yeah. And I'm just going to use our black memento ink to stamp the sentiment with. All right, let's hope we get this right. We only got one chance on this one. I've only got one label cut. All right, we lucked out. I apologize for the notifications. I forgot to mute those when I came live. I don't think I can get in there now to do it. All right, this is going to go at the top, and I'm going to place that up on dimensionals. But first, I want to kind of tone down the white a little bit. We're going to use our Lemon Lolly ink pad. And I'm going to use our little flower. Well, yeah, we're going to use the little flower to stamp onto that. And I think I'm going to stamp this off. Let me bring my scrap paper over here again. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah. So is that dark enough, or do I want it? Yeah, that's about right. I just want a faint image. I don't want it to be real dark. So that one's a little darker. Did I not stamp that off? I don't think I did. I got a noise in the background. My cat's doing something that she ain't supposed to be doing. All right, so we're going to attach that. I'm going to place that up on dimensionals. And use my paper pick tool to grab those off. And probably going to need at least 3 on the back side so it doesn't sink too much. And we're going to put that down so we can center our flowers underneath it more without crowding. And it's going to be off to the left upper corner. Is that straight? I think that's straight. I'm not going to push it down all the way until I know for sure. All right, then we're going to take our large flower, and that's going to need some dimensionals behind it. So let's get some more of those. Whoops. Hold the backing paper right off of that one. I think I'm going to put 4 on the large flower just to keep it from sinking. The other one's going to be glued down directly, so we're going to go ahead and glue that down. It's our faithful Tombow glue. And I want the little blank area here at the bottom so I can tuck my leaves up underneath that. And I'm going to go right about there. I want to leave some space for my leaves to be able to fit in there without crowding them too much. And we'll take off the backings off our dimensionals and our large flower. And we'll add that. Well, that one's not wanting to come up. There, we got you. All right, make sure my flower is pointing up with the stamen in the middle. And I think I'll put it right about there. And then our leaves will position. I'm getting all kinds of notifications for all kinds of stores for Christmas shopping. It is that time of the year. Yeah. Anybody started their Christmas shopping yet? I haven't. I might try to do a lot of it online. I don't know. Depends what we're shopping for. I do got to get started though, because we've got a Christmas party at church on the 12th. I think it's the 12th. So I've got to get that bought first thing. We do Dirty Santa drawings. That's fun. And for the family, I'm not sure. We'll do Christmas Day, but I'm not sure if we're exchanging gifts or not. We haven't decided yet. All right, so that's that. And I've also got some die cut flowers that we're going to add to that. I've got one large flower and two small flowers. And these are cut out of the lemon lolly paper. And I'll show you the dies that are for those. You've got plenty of flowers. I can't even talk today. Two large ones and I think there's three small ones. I'm missing one here. I must have put it in my plate here. So we're going to do two small ones and one large one. So I'm just going to glue that down on top of our other flower. And kind of fill in this spot here. I'm just putting glue on the center of it, of the flower. And this one's going to go maybe right there. I had them overlapping on my first card, but I kind of like that way. And I don't know if I'm going to add a flower to that. Maybe put one over here. On my original, I put on the label, but kind of liking it not on there. So we're going to place our second little flower right there, right above our large flower. And I'm just holding that there for a moment for it to attach good. And then I made a double bow. Yeah, double bow from our twine. This is the Baker's Twine 3-color pack. Got the yellow, pink, and the blue. So I'm using the yellow one, which is Lemon Lolly. And my bows got messed up. This is a triple bow. I thought it was a double bow, but it's a triple bow that I made. And it's coming loose on me. Why is it doing that? Don't undo yourself here. Let me get this straightened out. Guess it got messed up in the package. Well, tighten that up a little bit. Scooch it over. All right, then we're going to take a mini glue dot, and I'm going to use one of our small ones that are in our paper pumpkin kits. And use one of those to attach it to our card. And I'm going to put it, right about there, I think. Maybe I wanted it somewhere else. I don't know. That looks good. I'm going to put it at an angle. And let's snip off that excess. One's a little bit longer. Okay, and then we're going to come back in with that rhinestone and bling up our card front. Well, it's not sliding out of the package like I want it to. Come on, cooperate with me here. And I'm going to use the large ones for the flowers. And then I'll use small ones for the little flowers. We've got 3 of those. And right in the centers. Okay. Looking pretty good. Just make sure they're down good. They're not going to come off. Okay, so there's the front of our card. You make me smile. And let's work on the inside of the card. I've got our basic white, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And what did I put on the inside? Oh, yeah. Sending happy thoughts and a flower. So let me bring, which one did I use? Did I use the large one? Yeah, I used the large image. And sending happy thoughts comes from the stamp set Wildflower Designs. It's this one right here. So we're using this sentiment and we use this one on our previous card. So both sentiments are coming out of the same stamp set. All right. They're basic black. We'll stamp sentiment first. And I'm stamping this at the bottom layer, edge of our inside of our card. Instead of doing it at the top, I'm doing it at the bottom. Close up the black. Bring back the lolly. Did I stamp that off? I don't think I did. I think this is light enough. It's not going to make a difference. I'm going to stamp that right over our sentiment. Yeah, you still read it. Looks good. Put our glue and put that inside of our card. Yeah. Having a hard time picking that paper up. Fingers aren't working this morning. All right. Place that on the inside of our card. Keeping it straight. Yep. Okay. Let me clean up here a little bit. I've got things all over the place here. All right. So here we have it. You make me smile with the pretty flowers and that bling on there. And then on the inside, it's sending happy thoughts with that flower stamped right over the sentiment there. Okay, so short day today. I'm not even an hour and a half yet. So we're good. So here's our 2 cards that we did today, a thank you card and then just a thinking of you card, sending thoughts of somebody. So I appreciate you being here today. And be sure you like and share the video and subscribe to YouTube, my YouTube channel. You'll receive notifications when I'm going live. So I have a doctor appointment Friday. I've been trying to do 2 videos a week, and I won't be able to do Friday, which I've been scheduling. So maybe I can get one in Thursday or Saturday. I'll post on my business page and let you know, and then I'll send out a creative event reminder too to everybody. So I'm going to leave it as just today, and I'm not sure if I can squeeze one in this week, another one. So I'll let you know. We'll play it by ear. And until next time, y'all have a safe and good week. Get some me time in there to be able to make some cards or any kind of crafting that you enjoy. It's good for the soul. And it's also good if you got a husband that you need to have some me time with, away from. I go up in my craft room and I spend a lot of time there. But that's okay. I love them anyway. We can't live with them. We can't live without them. So the saying goes. All right. So until next time, I'll let you know when I'm going to be doing another one. And glad you're here. So I'm going to let you go. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here.